This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hello everyone, welcome on in. I'm VelvettB. Thanks for joining me today in The Sims 4 for a fun little building challenge. So this building challenge was a shell challenge and it was called the Pumpkin Shell Challenge. So it was this round house basically shaped like a pumpkin. And this particular shell challenge was hosted by Nasena. And man, I didn't like this one. I thought it was hard. It was hard because of all those round walls, and it was like hard to get a nice shape that I really liked. I say that, and then I did watch the tours of this and the builds that some of the people made with this shell, and I'm like, oh man, I really sucked at this challenge. I failed it. So I consider this, in all honesty, I feel like I failed this build challenge. I really do. Like, I did come up with something and I did build it, and it was functional. And there's a whole story behind it, which I'm going to tell you guys, but honestly, I felt like this was a failure. I won't often say that about my builds. Usually there's something that I think is redeeming. I think there's a cool story to this, and I thought that was really fun, and I feel like I did really capture the story that I came up with for this, but I don't know. I feel like I could have done something else with this build, and it could have been much nicer and prettier and stuff. So I feel like, in my heart of hearts, that I really did kind of fail this shell challenge. So, what's the story behind it? What's the story, Morning Glory? Well, let me tell you. The idea behind this shell is I actually created a couple of characters for this particular build as well, and I'm going to put out the cast for that very shortly in a couple of days, I think. So, the characters for this shell were Mildred and George Ordinary, so that was their name, and they came to Del Sol Valley and they brought this house. Now this house, the idea behind this house is it's a prop from a movie. So this is a house that was built for a movie that was supposed to kind of look like or resemble a spaceship for a movie, and it's built in Del Sol Valley on the little 20 by 20 park lot. And so yes, it's actually a replica prop spaceship house. And so what George and Mildred Ordinary do is that they run tours throughout this house, and the idea is that it's supposed to look spacey, and people come through and they tour it, and it's like a movie set, it's like a movie set kind of thing, and people come and tour it and just go, oh, look at all these alien things, wow, which is why I'm doing all of the sort of the get to work alien plants and bits and pieces around the place, and why I've shaped it the way I have, because the idea is that George and Mildred have their house, and people tour it and they come and run the tours around in the downstairs area, and it's got like all these little showpieces that people go around and look at, and all that sort of thing. But George and Mildred also do live in this house, and there is like a little bit of a hidden secret to it, in the sense that George and Mildred aren't the ordinary Sims that they appear to be. Like, they seem very normal, but what people don't realize is that every time they tour through the house, what they're doing is they're giving George and Mildred the data that they need for their experiments and their future plans. And you can kind of come up with some ideas of what those future plans might be, but let me just say that they're a little nefarious. Like, these George and Mildred, they're an elderly sweet looking couple, but they are up to no good. So that's kind of the backstory behind this house. It's like, it's got the inhabitants that live in there are an alien elderly couple, elderly couple. Nobody knows that they're aliens. They hide that secret very well, but what they're basically doing is compiling secrets and compiling data from every Sim that kind of walks in through the doors and does the tour, and they're getting all this information, and people are actually paying them for this experience without realizing it, because they're paying for the tours, and then they come in. So George and Mildred are making some sweet cash, as well as planning their world domination at the same time through compiling all their data, and to find all the weaknesses of this species that they've found. So yeah, that's the sort of the nefarious kind of purpose behind this build. And I enjoyed the story of it. But I feel like, you know, maybe I could have done the build better. I do feel like I failed this a little bit. It's not terrible, but it's not as good as it could have been. I could have done something else. Could have done something cooler and prettier, maybe. I have doubts about it. Let's just put it that way. My doubts are strong and wild, but it's fun as well. I mean, that was the whole, I think, intention behind the shell challenge, is that it was a little bit of fun. I just kind of get stuck in the mindset that it has to be pretty, because I like pretty things and I like building pretty things. So when I don't get to build pretty things, I question myself a lot, because I'm like, oh, is this because it's like so far out of my usual aesthetic that I'm like, oh, really? Is this good? I can't even tell. I can't even tell. I got to the point where I couldn't tell whether or not this was ridiculous or good. I just was like, I don't know. I'm just gonna run with it and let's hope for the best. So you guys tell me, was it an utter fail? I feel like it was, but I'm probably being way too judgmental and hard on myself, as I do. As I do. So yeah, I thought it would be cute to have some of the alien plants on the inside as well as the exterior as well. So I went really hard on that. I had all of the little glowy items around the place on the build as well. And I use the little glowy things. They're actually from Realm of Magic, and they're a debug item from Realm of Magic. So I've kind of used those around quite effectively, I think, to add sort of that mystical kind of feel to it, and also used it on the thrusters of the engines coming out the back. No, not the engines, the thrusters coming out the back. And yeah, for the little satellites and things like that, like the little glowy kind of energy feel to it. So I think those ended up looking quite cool. And I managed to make this like a pure, like an actual functioning home. So it has everything that you need for a functioning home. So we've got like a little kitchen. We've got you don't need a bar, but I put a bar in. And, you know, you've got a couple of bathrooms and a bedroom as well. So it's 1 bedroom, 2 bathrooms. And yeah, like there's little touring spots, I feel like, around the house. So the downstairs bathroom is more of a guest bathroom. So, you know, as people coming through and doing the tours, they can stop in there and do the guest bathroom. I think I ended up having to change the layout of this bottom bathroom around because on play testing, it just wasn't working. Again, it's just those, you know, those curved walls are just being a little bit funny, but I managed to get a working bathroom happening in there, but I did need to fiddle around with it just to get the right look with it. I don't think I was able to fit a shower in there as well. I was like thinking of having like the decontamination shower in there, but I'm not 100%. I actually ended up managing to fit that in. I was just kind of fiddling around, I guess, a little bit with the lounge and going through the different packs and just finding things that I felt were kind of alien-esque. This was kind of... that was kind of my goal with this build, is just like finding all the things that looked remotely alien in the game and just going hard on them. This was not a limited pack build. I just went ham on the packs. And this is actually not up on the gallery either. I took that down after the shell challenge because I thought it was a bit of a fail, and I don't know why anyone would want to download it. But, you know, the fun was done with it. It served its purpose. We had some fun. We toured it. We had a laugh. So, you know, all good. Purpose achieved with it. So I didn't actually leave this one up on the gallery. I mean, if there's enough demand for it up on the gallery, then I'm quite happy to put it up. It's still sitting in my library. It hasn't been deleted or anything. It is there. But I will have questions about why. Anyway, maybe you do have a niche need for a faux alien spaceship that is actually really an alien spaceship that is owned by an elderly couple who is spying on some humanity. some humanity? I mean, what's the word? Simdom? I don't know. What is the word for that? The Sims? I guess the Sims. So anyway, very niche build. Very niche build. So I didn't think there was really a need for it to be up on the gallery, to be honest. But yeah, as I said, if there is enough demand for it, if you guys go, yes, we need this build up on the gallery, then I'll put it up. But I have my doubts. It's fun to watch though, isn't it? And fun to see some of the items that we have in the game. I did really go hard on the Get to Work pack as well as the Journey to Batu pack. Those are the sort of the 2 packs that really do lean into a little bit more of the alien space life and everything like that. So they got the most use, I feel like, out of all of the packs, as well as base game as well. We've got some alien stuff in base game, but there were little bits and pieces. Strangerville does lean into. I just remembered that because I knew that that tendril stuff was going up on that wall there. Yeah, some of the Strangerville stuff as well worked really nicely with this. So yeah, there's some cool stuff from different packs throughout, which I thought was neat. It's always nice to do something different, though, isn't it? A little bit of fun, you know. Find some items that you might not otherwise ordinarily use as well. That's quite cool. So, you know, I was thinking about little touring points throughout the build as well that people might want to see as they're coming in and doing the tours. You know, leaning in, as I said, to the Journey to Batuu pack, and yeah, little droids and spacey things, you know, all those little things from Star Wars that feel like added to the atmosphere of it all. Anyway, we're getting to the end of the build, so I'm going to leave you guys there. You can check out the tours if you like. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have fun just checking this out and listening to me gripe about it. Enjoy my failure, please. Thanks for watching. Remember to hit subscribe and give me a like and a comment below as well.